Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Gimme That Take, the fastest growing live golf podcast of 2023. Stick around for more takes like this.
They
Yeah.
get they get to the 18th green, and they've been playing like Spieth and Duff versus Stricker and Ben and Ben Cook, and Benny boy was not hitting the ball real well. Cool dude.
What
Not
was
hitting
he, a
the ball
local
well.
pro, you said?
He's a club pro. He's a club
Club
pro who
pro, yeah.
qualified. Yeah. And we get to the 18th, and they wrecked him for all the money. Of course, Ben Cook's not going to make Steve Stricker pay for his terrible practice round, and so
Oh, yeah.
his girlfriend had been following us the whole time, and he goes up to his girlfriend and takes all the cash out of her wallet, takes all the cash out of his wallet, and he walks up to Jordan Spieth. He tries to hand him, a couple $100. Spieth's like, "I'm not taking your money, man." And
Cool.
he turns to walk off the green, and Duffner's standing right behind him, snatches the money right out the dude's hand,
Yes.
puts it in his pocket, walks right off, doesn't say another word, right? The caveat to the perfect ending to that story is Jason Duffner missed the cut, and Ben Cook made the cut that weekend. Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gimme That Take, Live Golf's #1 podcast. At least we think. We have no idea because there's no Live Golf podcast ranking charts. So we made our own up and put ourselves at the top. I don't know. Anyway, on today's episode, we are doing our top 10s. So up for debate, who did Mac have in his top 10? Who did Rome have in his top 10? Who am I trying to get into the top 10? Pretty good discussions about some of the top players on Live. So, of course, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. And as Rome always says, if you're taking the time to listen to this, just take 1 second to click on subscribe. Our viewership and numbers are climbing. Thank you all so much. So become part of that if you haven't. Anyway, enjoy the show. Did you win any money? Because I know you said that you were betting on Profit Golf Alpha this week.
Hitayama wins it this week. Who voted? Come on, nobody would have bet on him.
I'm going to tell you now.
So I was lost every dollar.
I was watching up until not really watching, but it was on, and
Background noise.
Yeah, I mean it's golf. I enjoy watching golf,
Right.
And I look up. Jordan Spieth is dropping F-bombs at his golf ball. I walk away. I come back. Rory's trying to hit an 8-iron, 200 yards.
Yeah.
Yanking it left. I walk away. I come back. Spieth's yelling at another golf ball. He's walking around the circle in a 3-foot putt like 6-7 times.
Yeah.
And then I walk away. I come back. Rory is in the the second cut of rough, and he hits the ball about 38 yards across the fairway. And come to find out, some guy no one ever heard of won a tournament. So
nothing excited me about it. I was listening to podcasts. I think it was last week's podcast with Rick Shields, who I love, Ricky boy. But he said, he's like, when I think of Live, I talk about everything about Live except the golf because he's not intrigued by the golf. He said, I'm not talking bad about it. It's not that I don't like it. I'm just not intrigued by it. But when I'm when I watch the PGA Tour, every shot, I'm on the end of my seat. I feel so opposite. Now. I'm not talking about the majors. Now the Live guys could play the majors this year, which is awesome. It's going to be super exciting seeing the merge of the two and just everything going, just everything crazy. The media, everything. It's going to be nuts. But I feel like how he feels right now about the PGA Tour is how I feel about Live. I'm on my edge of my seat watching every shot. I love it.
I think people think that we are anti the guys on the PGA Tour, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but 2021, I was a volunteer at the PGA at the Ocean Course right here behind me. So on Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the days, I went out and walked a practice round with Jordan Spieth, Jason Duffner, Steve Stricker,
Duff,
and a tour pro named Ben Cook. All right. And
I know Ben. It couldn't have a better group.
yeah, it was an awesome group. And like we were there like gambling on every ball in the air, gambling on every putt. It was interesting. They were talking to me. We talked about some rules about like waste areas and bunkers. And I felt like I was part of the tournament. I really wasn't. I'm just some guy shooting a laser at a golf ball. But
Right.
but anyway, Spieth was amazing. Dang, his caddy's name escapes me. Freaking what's his name?
Michael Greller.
Yeah. And his caddy was cool. Everyone was cool as shit. They get to the 18th green, and they had been playing like Spieth and Duff versus Stricker and Ben Cook, and Benny boy was not hitting the ball real well. Cool dude.
What was he, a local pro? You said
he's a club pro. He's a club pro who
yeah.
qualified. Yeah. And we get to the 18th, and they wrecked him for all the money. Of course, Ben Cook's not going to make Steve Stricker pay for his, terrible practice round. And so his girlfriend had been following us the whole time. And he goes up to his girlfriend and takes all the cash out of her wallet, takes all the cash out of his wallet. And he walks up to Jordan Spieth. He tries to hand him, a couple $100. Spieth's like, I'm not taking your money, man. And he turns to walk off the green, and Duffner's standing right behind him, snatches the money right out the dude's hand.
Yes.
Puts it in his pocket. Puts it in his pocket, walks right off, doesn't say another word, right? The caveat to the perfect ending to that story is Jason Duffner missed the cut and Ben Cook made the cut that weekend.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
Isn't that amazing?
I know Ben Cook tells this story all the time.
How many times have you told that story?
I think 7,000. I can remember remember almost every shot of that practice round because it was just so cool to be literally walking next to
right in it.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's awesome.
All right. So
what do we got today?
Yeah, so on this episode, we're going to talk about our rankings. So if you don't know, we are ranking the live golfers after every event. We did a preseason rankings. We post those up on our website. We have not even mentioned the website at all on here. So first time mentioning the website, www.gimmethattake.com. You can go there and you will find lots of things. Our latest podcast episodes are there. Our rankings are there. Links to all our socials are there. So check out
Jerome's
the webpage.
Used underwear is on there. I think we're selling, right? Real cheap clearance this week.
Nasty, dude. Yeah.
Where is he, by the way?
I wasn't even going to mention him. I mean,
what's he cooking dinner? He's cooking dinner. Missing another one.
It better be like some kind of anniversary or something. He's not telling
steak
us.
Lobster anniversary. I mean, come on.
What a
Can't
joke.
be doing PB&J and on a random Sunday. Not called for.
He lost track of time at 7 p.m. on a only guy. Okay, so our rankings are up there. We're gonna do after every live event and after every major, we're gonna re-update our rankings. So it's kind of like the NCAA kind of top 25, but we're gonna rank all the way through as guys come on the scene, come in, substitute like Laurie Cantor did. Poor guy. Oof. Tough weekend for him last weekend. And then we'll look back and see how who's moving up in our eyes, who's moving down in our eyes. So I don't know if you paid this much attention to it, but of course the biggest movers up after Mayakoba from the preseasons were the guys who played well, right? So like Charles Howell III went up 10 slots in our ranks from 39 to 29. Graham McDowell up 9 slots. Brendan Grace up 9 spots, and Peter Uihlein went up 9 spots. Those were our big movers up. And one more guy, we'll talk about him in a little bit. Big movers down. Brooks down 8 spots from 5 to 13.
I said it. I called it.
I know.
I don't think his game is where it needs to be. He says it's better. It's spicy. It's ready. I don't think it is. And I think he's a lot in his own head.
I think we were hoping for a better first showing, but we
wanted it.
We didn't totally overreact though. I mean, from top 5 that we thought preseason to still quite like right on the edge of the top 10. Not a big deal. We may have overreacted on a couple other guys. Bubba, we dropped 8 slots from 23 to 31. I mean, the guy didn't even play golf barely last year. So yeah. Maybe we had too high of expectations for him. Maybe we're just kind of evening him out, putting him in.
I think those are the fandom picks in us,
Yeah. Who doesn't love watching Bubba Watson? I mean,
of course.
I think we did Bryson a little dirty. He played pretty decent. He definitely played a great Sunday. And we took him down 6 spots. We kicked him out of our top 10.
Listen, for us or for Liv, this is the start of their season, right? So we're not seeing a lot of play. Yes, they played in a couple tournaments before, but this is it. This is where I'm ranking it, right? I'm giving my preseason rank. right? How we've known the golfers to be, how they've played in the past. He's a U.S. Open winner. You got to give him, a good score. But now we get to see it. This is how they performed. 3 days. Okay, we have a long live season, right? But 3 days, and that's where the rank fell.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
not
just
saying they can't be. Sorry to cut you off there, but
No,
I'm
you're
not
good.
saying they can't be. He can't be a top 5 as the season goes on. He's capable. There's no doubt. But I think he belongs where we put him.
Yeah, people are gonna say like short, like small sample, only 3 rounds of golf to kind of move someone too far. And we did the same kind of thing to Thomas Peters, who played in his first ever live event, his first ever 3-round event, his first ever no cut event. We took him from number 10 outside to number 15. So maybe we were a little bit hard. I mean, I guess some guys got to go down if other guys played well and moved up. So that's just the nature of rankings. So yeah, tune into the rankings. Oh, one more thing before we really dive into our top 10. We're going to break down our top 10 on this episode. We also decided that last week we are going to turn our picks segment in for each week into a contest. And so we're gonna keep the true score to par on every event for every player that each one of us chooses, and have like a leaderboard going, which you can find also on the website, gimmethattake.com. And the winner will get a round of golf paid for by the second and third place person on this podcast. And the third place person, there's a special prize for them. And we'll get to that as we move forward. But you definitely do not want to come in third. You won with Cam Smith, beat Pat Perez by a stroke, and Abe Answer 3 under last week. Yeah. So
yeah,
six under, Max six under. I'm sitting 5 under. Rome's sitting 3 under. Jay cannot use Cam Smith again. I cannot use Pat Perez again. And Jerome cannot use Abraham Answer again. So that's how the contest will work. Fun times. All right. Let's do it. Top 10. Number 10 after 1 week of live golf is Mark Leishman of Ripper GC. That's your boy.
It is my boy. Part of my Rippers team that I picked to win this year. We got him ranked 10. He was T15 at 3 under at Mayakoba. Shot first round 68, second round 70, third round 72. Listen, laid back guy. Okay. He translates his laid back personality to his game, and it reminds me of his fellow countryman there, Cam Smith. He's the same way, super laid back, but he has the fire under him to win. He wants to win. He's consistent. I think.
You think he's going to win the event this year?
I think, yeah.
I know.
I think he's capable. It's going to be a word I use a lot. I think he's capable of winning. I think his putting was a little underwhelming. I think his ball striking was really good. I don't know. I think he's perfectly ranked at number 10 to start the season. But I think time will tell where he ends up throughout the year. I don't know if he's necessarily going to win, but I think he'll definitely pull off quite a few top 5s, if not get close to that number 1 spot this year in one of the events. I think he's right there. And I think 10, like I said, he's perfectly ranked at 10, in my opinion.
I mean, not just in your opinion. Rome and I both have him at 10. So he was even 10s across the board, which is great on a game show or like American Idol or the dunk contest or whatever.
Sure.
But for here, you want to have a lower score. But still, top 10 is top 10. And yeah, I like Leishman as a player. He's kind of just a little more ho-hum than some of these other guys, but definitely a good golfer. Number 9, and you did not have this guy in your top 10. Sebastian Munoz of Torquay, Colombian. Right. Yeah, I mean, people kind of poo-pooed his signing with Liv as not a big signing when he came over. Get the hell out of here. I mean, this is a guy who beat Scotty Scheffler heads up in match play. When Scheffler was world number 1 in 2022. So he's won tournaments on 3 different tours. Got into the he was a bronze medal where they had like all those people, right? Yeah, it was like 7-man bronze medal at Tokyo, ended up finishing 4th. So 4 tournament wins since 2015.
What did
think
Rome have him at?
he had him at 9 also.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Rome both have him at 9. You had him
Did
at
he
11.
copy and paste what you did, or
He did not. He
I
did
just want
not.
to? Okay, just making
He
sure.
did not.
Just making sure.
Um,
He's not here to defend
He's
himself.
not here
so.
to defend himself. Yeah, we can't really rag on his rankings, but I think Munoz will see this throughout this season. I think Torquay is a team that we kind of slept on a little bit when we were talking about preseason teams
Agreed,
that can win
yeah.
this thing. They are just really good golfers, all either in their prime or entering the prime of their careers. They really put together, Jocko Neiman really put together a nice squad. And so Munoz could, I say he'll be in it on a Sunday. What did he finish? T8? I think he finished T8 at Mayakoba or something like that. So he'll be in it, like legit in it. I mean, every time they flipped to him, the man was rolling in a putt. So he was playing good golf at Mayakoba, and I think he'll be in it to win it in one of these events for sure.
Can I ask you something off of that? Is
Yeah.
Mito on his team?
Yeah.
Is Mito on Torquay? Yeah, right. So do you feel that because they're so close that also helps add to that team aspect, being such good friends, being able to play off each other?
Oh, I mean, 100%. And Neiman and Mito are, well, I mean, we'll get to this a little later. They literally like grew up playing golf together.
Yep, right. That's
So
why I asked. Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's huge.
that's
that's
gonna
a
make
really
a difference.
good choice.
It's gonna make
really
it. It's certainly gonna make a difference. Like you look at their socials, they're one of those teams who's like they're out at car shows, they're out doing this together. Like those
right.
four
You're
dudes
around
are-
each other that long, you can put together a plan, have a psyche going into it, and feel good about it.
Absolutely. I think Torquay is got a really sneaky chance to take the whole thing down this year. As I say this after we watch them. From Sebastian Munoz to number 8, who only one person had this guy in their top 10, but you had him so high up in your rankings that he cracked the top 10 overall. And that was the guy that I bet on. So we're gonna go heads up here, and we're gonna talk about Matthew Wolff. You're gonna make your case for why you ranked him in the top 5. He's 8th overall in our aggregate rankings, and Rome and I both have him outside the top 10. Go for it.
Okay. T7 at Mayakoba, 5 under, 70, 67, 71. Played consistent golf. My thing is, Matt Wolff, he came out hot on the Papa Golf Alpha Tour, right? Came out hot. Him and Colin Morikawa kind of going back and forth. The new guys, they were fiery. They were young. They were playing lights out golf. He had his really unique swing. He got into the conversation quickly, right? He's been struggling. He really has over the last few years. He's been struggling. I think this is a year where he's going to break out. He's played good. He put together 3 under par rounds. Consistent golf. I think that's what puts you in that top 10, playing consistent golf, not shooting 80, 80, 80, but shooting consistently low scores. Ball striking was awesome. His putting really impressed me in week 1, which is something I haven't said about him, like I said, since his early Papa Golf Alpha years. I like I said, put together a really good second round. His approach distance, so like distance to the hole on approach shots, is definitely shrunk, giving him more opportunities for birdies. Yeah, I really think he has a good chance this year at putting down a win on Live Tour. I'm going to say it here now. I think he's going to win one of the events this year.
I mean, I'm going to say this now. And I love Matthew Wolff. Love watching him play. Like you said, that funky swing. He's kind of just got something about him that when he's up there hitting a golf ball, you want to watch and see where it goes. And there's something to be said for that because, like we said, we watched, Arnold Palmer this week, and you'd think Arnold Palmer was in these guys' clothes, how boring it was. But Matthew Wolff, not boring. And I actually moved him up like 5 spots just to I think I moved him from 16 to 11 because he did play fine. He was okay. This is my worry about Matthew Wolff and why I'm not so certain that he can win. Yeah, the head.
A little bit of the head case.
It's a little bit of the head case because on Friday to start the tournament, after 5 holes, he was 4 over par. And he didn't get down on himself because he climbed himself back out to even, which is awesome. But then Saturday, he had a 7 birdie round, but he had 3 bogeys on the card too. And so I know this was not the course for the guys who bomb it, and so if you got into trouble, you're taking your bogey and you're moving on to the next hole. So maybe I'm not giving him enough of credit for avoiding that trouble this week, because he did end up finishing in the top 10 and winning me a little bit of money. But I just think in between the ears, does he have it, or has it been long enough now that he hasn't been at the top of the game where he might not believe that he belongs there yet until this kind of birdie bogey type of round disappears for him.
Yeah, I think the more he puts together good rounds, I think his confidence will go up. The head case might dull down a little bit. And I think he's, like I said, I'm not saying the next tournament, the next tournament, the next tournament. I'm saying one tournament this year. And I'll do a side bet with you. I have no problem with that. We love gambling.
Oh, here we go. Nice
We're
little
not
side
shy
bet.
on that.
I'm on it.
I'd like to take that. So, if you want to make a little side bet, we could do that. I think he's going to put a strong run on a first place
No.
bid for in one of these events. I mean, I have to say first place, right? I can't.
You have
I
to
think
say
he's
first
gonna
place. Yeah.
I'm going to say I think he really will, by season's end in 2023, take one event.
A dozen TP5s.
Oof.
That's not that
Paul.
steep. That ain't that steep.
All right, yeah, I'll take
You
it.
got pockets. All right, cool.
I
have no. I mean, he could get hurt tomorrow, so that's the caveat.
Course, yeah.
If he doesn't play in every event, or if he doesn't play in
all but one, we'll give him one.
We'll give him one.
Right, we'll give him one event where he might not play.
Yeah.
But
if he misses two events, then we'll
squash.
Just call it off. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Works for me.
Good first side bet here on the
shake on it. All right, we're good.
Talor, is it Talor? Gooch. He's Taylor. Sitting number
it's
7.
Taylor, buddy.
I think it's Talor, man.
You are too. No, come on.
It's Talor.
Of course, it's spelled stupid, but it's Taylor.
I actually like Gooch. I enjoy watching him play. You again did not have Taylor Gooch of the Range Goats in your top 10. I think you just like 10 guys better. Not that you have anything against Gooch, right?
Nothing against him, no.
Yeah, I mean, solid player. He's going to be up. He's going to be on the, what do they call that? The pylon, right? He's going to be on the pylon like every week. He's a super consistent golfer. I don't know that he has it to win a tournament, but he should have a lot of T15s, like a lot of top 15s.
He was T11 4 under, but you see he shot 67, 66, 76.
Mm-hmm.
I can shoot a 76. Not saying I can shoot 76 from the tips that what I'm saying is for them a 76 is me a 90.
Yeah.
I could do that. So
well, he hit it on the rocks. He landed one next to the root.
Yes,
he landed
I understand
one next
that,
to the root,
But I mean,
I know.
With that said, you need to finish, right? It's not 2 days, it's 3 days. Things happen. It's how you scramble. Scramble's a big part of golf.
Yeah.
And I think he's a fierce competitor. I think he's always going to be, like you said, on the pylon, in the top 5, in the top 7, in the top 10, always in the conversation. And I don't have anything against him, but that's just my opinion. I think he's always going to be right in the mix. He by far capable of getting there and winning, but I mean, I don't know. What we saw in Liv's freshman season last year, I think could prove enough that he can definitely win, but I don't know.
I know. And you throw Bubba in the mix now, and I think that's what kind of helped me push him up into the top 10 a little bit. Having that guy who has got it all, doesn't have the swing, but has all the other things.
Sure.
And Gooch has the swing, but he might not have that kind of killer instinct, that how to manage the course. The experience of Bubba, I think, is going to rub off on these guys. I think he would be the biggest beneficiary of having Bubba, every week.
Yeah, just the mentorship.
Just the mentorship of Bubba, I think will help Gooch out. So I don't think can definitely win, but I like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the pylon every week. All right, let's move to number 6, which after I looked at this, I don't think we were hard enough on Louis Oosthuizen of Stinger last week. 76, 69, 76.
Yeah, maybe.
I know.
Just that
Let
sweet
me.
swing,
I know he's
man.
got such a sweet swing. Runner up, 21 U.S. Open. I mean, like, okay,
He could
he's
win at
old.
any time.
He's old, right? But he's still at the
How old is
top of.
he?
He's still at the top of the game. I think he's in. How old do you think he is? Let's take it. I'm gonna set the over
I'm gonna
under.
guess Louis.
I'm gonna set the over under at 36 and a half.
No, I would say he's 43.
Oh, all that. I mean, then you taking the over. He is. He was born. Oh, geez, look at that. He's 40.
Okay.
1982. So okay.
All right.
So he's not ancient. He's
Not at
not.
all. That's why I was. You made him sound like he was 55 and going to the Champions Tour.
He's been around forever. I mean, he's been in every major for how many years? To 2 decades, probably almost, right? But he's been competitive in recent ones. Like I said, the 2021 U.S. Open runner-up at the 2021 PGA Championship. Last season in Liv's beta testing or inaugural season, whatever the heck you want to call it, he won the first event in London. Then the next event, he came in second in Portland. So clearly, obviously, he's got an Open Championship to his name, to his credit. So knows how to win. I think that we weren't hard enough on him for his performance at Mayakoba, and I hope that we see. Well, now that we're headed back to America, Tucson, and then I'm not sure where we go after that. Can't remember. Not off the top of my head. But anyway, when we see him in Tucson, hopefully he can put together a few rounds that aren't 76. I think he will.
You know what I've heard about him from things I've read? He's not a big guy. He's not a practice guy. He doesn't practice a lot. He's got a natural sweet swing. They say that because he doesn't practice a lot is why he doesn't win a lot. But his game and his swing, he should have 6 majors. He's incredible player, like just smooth as butter. So I think that, if you're on that level, again, I'm not saying he doesn't practice, but this is just what most people talk about when it comes to Louis.
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, I don't know the guy from anyone, but if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Like, how much better can he be? You say 6, there aren't many people who have 6 majors. I think there's like 4 people who have 6 majors. So,
No.
yeah, man, it's not a lot. It's hard to win 6.
I know. That's why I know this. 6. I'm saying I think he could. I think he could have.
Certainly,
in his career.
he certainly was.
He has the game for it.
He certainly spent many weeks in the top 5 of world golf rankings, because he was just so consistently good, so much on the leaderboard, and hopefully we see him up high on the pylon, next weekend. Okay, let's head to the top 5. This pretty much we all had the same top 5 here. Abraham Answer Fireballs came in at 5 for all 3 of us. I would say disappointing showing at Mayakoba. He was in it, but he wasn't really in it, in his home country. He played well, just not well enough. Yeah, kind of rode the wave. Yeah. I see that with the hand. Kind of rode the wave. He played so well. Obviously, he already had a win on the Asian Tour earlier this year. And clearly in peak performance of his career right now. Time for him to win is now. Would not be surprised to see Abraham Answer win 1 or 2 this season on Live for sure.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, capable. He's capable. I mean, I think he could have put a better showing in his home country. I know he wanted to, obviously. I think he did. He rode the wave a little bit. I think he had some really promising moments where, he put some really amazing shots together, made some decent putts, but he had the fans behind him. He just, that might have been actually a downfall for him. You have that many people rooting for you. Not everybody can handle that like Tiger does.
Moving into the top 5, somebody you did not have in the top 5, and I'm going to give you a chance to talk about your boy because I know you love talking about Paul Casey. Of course, Paul Casey of the Crushers, good showing at Mayakoba, and I say but, as you always say about Paul Casey, he's not good enough to win.
I don't think he's not good enough to win. I think he just has a track record of not putting together three or four good rounds in his career to be able to win more consistently. T4, 7 under Mayakoba, put on a great show. I've always been a big Paul Casey fan. Love to see him win an event on Live, or even better yet, on a major this year. I think he's 45 years old. His best finish in a major was 2020 at the PGA Championship when he came in tied for second with fellow Live guy Dustin Johnson. I think he lost to Colin Morikawa that year. But what that says to me is that was only 3 years ago, right? So even at 45, he's still able to contend with the younger guys and in a big major environment and put together a win. So I think he's still capable of that. I think 2023. I don't know if I want to make another bet and lose out
No.
another
You got
$55,
enough.
but
You got
I think he can coming in at T4 in Mayakoba to start the year. I think he'll be in that top 7 throughout on the pylon. I really feel like he's gonna get his game together. He putted great. I think he'll play consistent golf this year.
I can't disagree.
But again, time will tell.
Time will tell. And then top 3, I think we can honestly say that one of these 3 guys is going to finish as our number 1. Jocko Neiman came in at 3. Dustin Johnson came in at 2. Cam Smith came in at 1. Any one of those 3 guys could have been 1, 2, or 3 for me. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, roll the dice any given week. But I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which one of them wins the tournament and Live this year first?
First, I'm gonna go. Oh, you know my boy. I love him. I'm gonna go DJ.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go DJ.
Me too.
As much as I love Cam Smith.
Yeah, I think if there's one guy who could just get hot and run away with one of these tournaments, it's Dustin Johnson.
Totally agree with you.
Right? Like
totally
3, he could just go out there and shoot 65, 65, 63, and it's
100%.
over. Yeah, and it's over.
I would explain it the same way. Yep.
Yeah. So but anyway, I don't think there's any surprises there with our top 3, and not too many surprises in our top 10. So that's our 10. To recap: Mark Leishman at 10, Sebastian Munoz at 9, Matthew Wolff at 8, Taylor, Gooch coming in at 7, Luis Oosthuizen at 6, Abraham Answer at 5, Paul Casey at 4, Jocko Neiman at 3, Dustin Johnson at 2, and Cameron Smith as our number 1 golfer right now. Okay. Before we get out of here,
hold on. I'd like for anybody watching this to drop down in the comments and tell us who your top 10 would be, who you guys think after Mayakoba, to see what goes on next going into Tucson.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please comment. We love to hear from you. I want to make a real quick case for Mito Pereira, who should be in our top 10. He earned his way onto the PGA with an automatic entry after winning 3 times on the Corn Ferry. He's a 5th ranked amateur in 2015, 2022 President's Cup, the international team, near bronze in the Olympics in 2021. Obviously, nearly won that PGA Championship in 2022. 72, 70, 68, T15, Torquay, 27 years old. This guy should be in the top 10. He's gonna be up there on these tournaments on the pylon every single week. So
agreed.
That's one name. You like Jason Kokrak to be in the top 10 as well?
I do, but I think I would, if I could do it again, I would change that. I would keep him outside of the top 10. He shot a 65 in the first round, which was phenomenal, but he came back second round with a 75, 10 worse, and over par. And again, capable, yes. Predictable, no. Scary. Not sure if he's worthy of a top 10 right now. I do think he played well. I think there's little glimmers of hope for him, but I don't know. I think I prematurely rated him 8. I think he should be more in the 18 to 20. Honestly,
sorry.
Yeah, I think I did. I think I was the only one. I believe. I think you guys both had him around 17, 16. Yeah. So I think that makes a little more sense.
So Jason Kokrak's going to be falling down our rankings next week when Jay corrects his rankings.
Puts him at 20. Yeah, and I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. He seems like a nice guy. I don't know him, but he seems like a great guy.
Did you play golf this week?
Today, we've had a lot of snow here actually
Mhm.
recently. Today, everything started melting. It was kind of sloshy in the backyard, but I put the mat out and took some
Oh,
swings, and I was able. It's beautiful out today. It was like 58 degrees, so everything's starting to melt. That's the extent of my golf this week. Hopefully, each week going forward, I'll get a little bit more time inside or outside and play. But yeah, hoping next weekend I can get to the indoor range. But at least I'm getting the mechanics down, swinging. How about you?
Yeah, I went out,
Oh, yeah,
played.
thanks.
I shot a 40 on the front, and these guys caught up to me and my partner on the back, and the guy was like, watch me use my rangefinder, and he said, let me
Oh,
let me
yes.
take a look. I was thinking about buying one, so I hand him mine in the fairway. He looks again, and he looks at me, and he goes, how do you do the calculations so fast? I said, what calculations? He's like, things in meters. And I've been wondering why I can't hit a ball 150 yards, because I'm trying to hit 150 meters.
What's the difference in meters and yours?
It's like, like 1% per yard, so it keeps getting up. So it's like 2% at 2 yards, 3% at 3 yards, 4%.
Oh god!
So when you're like 7 yards off, you're almost a whole club off.
So that 40 could have been a 35.
I know.
I mean,
well, the back was a 43, but
not bad.
I know.
That's good golf.
It was good
83 is
golf.
Great.
It was good golf. I putted the shit out of the ball. I had like 3 1 putts, didn't have any 3 putts. So that's, and my short game's gotten better because I come up short because I'm playing meters instead of yards.
Yeah.
So my short game is definitely improving throughout the year. But I'm getting out again on Friday. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna go out before work and hit the range because work starts a little late tomorrow for me. So
Good.
it's been 80 every day here. Sorry. I know.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
Disgust me.
It is what it is.
Made better choices in life.
I guess so.
Good for you.
Okay, we're at the end, so I'm gonna do well. First of all, Jerome, you're punished. We'll figure out your punishment on our next episode. Can't be missing shows like this. But I'll do Jerome's bit. If you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Just subscribe. You're already watching on YouTube. You've already watched for 30 minutes. Click the subscribe button. Click the little bell. Get the episodes right away. Apple Podcasts, Google, wherever you listen to your podcasts, Spotify, we're there. Just follow. You get our episodes every single Sunday night at midnight, and you'll be the first ones to listen. So Instagram,
Comment
TikTok,
on the videos.
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok,
We'd love
YouTube.
to hear what you guys have to say.
We really want to hear from you. So yeah, that's it. You got anything else?
Nothing.
All right.
Have a great week, guys.
Let's get the fuck out of here.